Feldrin and Haldor, two Dwarven brothers, sons of Hammerden. They fled their mountain city under a shroud of darkness. Whispers followed them, accusations, fear. They were branded heretics, their crime trying to save their people. Haldor, a cleric of the goddess Gede, had received a vision, a chilling prophecy. An undead plague would consume Zamordia, spread out from its depths to engulf the world. He shared this vision with his brother Jontil and Fyrus. The people of Hammerden scoffed and banished him. They called him mad. Feldrin refused to abandon his brother. He believed. He knew the darkness that lurked in the hearts of men. He had seen it fester. He would stand with Haldor even if it meant exile, even death. They sailed on a Viking longship, the Seacrest, their destination Zamordia, a land of ancient magic and forgotten lore. Haldor believed the answer to the plague lay there. Their journey had begun. The Sea of Sorrows lived up to its name. A perpetual fog hung low, thick and cloying. It seeped into their clothes, their beards, their very minds. The sun, a distant memory. The air, heavy with despair. The party, hardened seafarers, felt the oppressive gloom. Their songs ceased, their laughter died. They moved like ghosts, their faces etched with a haunting melancholy. Only the rhythmic crash of waves against the hull broke the silence. Feldrin and Haldor fared no better. The fog seemed to amplify Haldor's visions. He saw flashes of rotting flesh, heard the moans of the damned. He spent hours below deck, praying for guidance, for strength. Feldrin stood watch, his hand never far from his axe. He scanned the fog, searching for any sign of danger. He felt the despair gnawing at his hope. He fought back, clinging to the memory of his brother's faith. The Sea of Sorrows attracted a certain type of soul, the lost, the desperate, the broken. Two such individuals shared the Seacrest's deck with the dwarves Fyrus and Jontil Cyclopser. Fyrus was a human warlock, tall and gaunt, with eyes that burned like hot coals. He spoke little, his words laced with cryptic pronouncements and dire warnings. He claimed to be searching for an ancient artifact, one that could control the very fabric of reality. Jontil was a human Knight of Saint Ydris, clad in dented armor, his face hidden behind a steel helm. He was a man of action, his movements swift and deadly. He spoke even less than Fyrus, but his silence held a quiet strength. He was on a quest for redemption, seeking to atone for a past sin. The dwarves regarded these newcomers with suspicion. Their reasons for braving the Sea of Sorrows remained shrouded in mystery. But the fog had a way of forging alliances, however uneasy. They were all adrift in the same sea of despair, bound together by fate. The Relentless, the attack came without warning. One moment the Seacrest sliced through the fog, and the next a shape emerged from the mist. A ship, its sails tattered and black. The Relentless, an undead vessel, crewed by the damned. At the helm stood Skolos Brittlejaw, an undead pirate captain. His flesh hung in strips from his bones. His eyes glowed with an unholy fire. He raised a skeletal hand, pointing a gnarled finger at the Seacrest. He let out a chilling shriek. Undead horrors in their ship swarmed towards them, their moans echoing across the water. They moaned and wailed, wanting to capture the Seacrest, swords drawn, eyes burning with a cold, dead light. The party would fight back with a savage fury, but knew they could now win. Fyrus unleashed bolts of dark energy, incinerating the undead with each strike. Jontil, a whirlwind of steel, prepared to cut through their ranks. His sword would sing a mournful dirge. Feldrin and Haldor prepared to fight back to back, their axes flashing, but they were outnumbered, outmatched. Section 5, Into the Storm. The Seacrest creaked and groaned under the onslaught. The party was ready to fight bravely, but their numbers would not be enough. Despair threatened to consume them all. Then Feldrin saw it, a break in the fog, and beyond it, a storm, a monstrous tempest the likes of which he had never seen. He knew what he had to do. "Storm!" he roared, his voice barely audible above the din of the coming battle. "Into the storm, it's our only chance." Feldrin, his face a mask of steel and grime, hesitated. To sail into that storm was suicide, but to stay was to face certain death. He nodded grimly. "Hard to starboard, into the storm." The Seacrest turned, its sails catching the wind. It plunged into the maelstrom, waves crashing over its deck. Rain lashed down, blinding and relentless. The Relentless, caught off guard, fell behind, but the storm was a fickle mistress. It tossed the Seacrest about like a toy, threatening to break it apart at any moment. Haldor clung to the mast, praying to his god for deliverance. Feldrin fought to stay afloat, the world a blur of wind and water. Then everything went black.